All trailers and screenshots used in this video are owned by Rockstar Games. I'm only using them to point out some details. I would recommend watching the trailer from their official channel on YouTube if you haven't watched it already. With all of that being said, enjoy watching this video. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Only Thing Gaming channel. This video is considered a part 2 for my GTA 6 trailer breakdown. I'm going to discuss the information, screenshots, and some short videos released by Rockstar Games. I'll leave a link for my trailer breakdown in the description, so make sure to check it out. And without further ado, let's jump right in, as there's much to talk about. Vice City, USA. Jason and Lucia have always known the deck is stacked against them, but when an easy score goes wrong, they find themselves on the darkest side of the sunniest place in America, in the middle of a criminal conspiracy stretching across the state of Leonida, forced to rely on each other more than ever if they want to make it out alive. So, this is a story summary implying that an easy score had gone wrong and Jason and Lucia found themselves in Leonida. I don't know if this happened before or after Lucia got into prison, but this reminds me of Blackwater in Red Dead Redemption 2. Jason Duval. Jason wants an easy life, but things just keep getting harder. Jason grew up around grifters and crooks. After a stint in the army trying to shake off his troubled teens, he found himself in the Keys, doing what he knows best. Working for local drug runners, it might be time to try something new. I can understand why people say Jason is an undercover cop. He spent some time in the army, and if we look at this shot from the trailer, the guy in the left here could be Jason. Also, in this shot, we see this cop, and if we compare him with Jason in this shot, he's wearing the same shirt and vest. He even puts the hat in the same way Jason usually does, but this isn't enough to confirm it. This could be someone else, or Jason could be impersonating a cop, just like Tommy did in GTA Vice City. So, as I said before, it's too early to try and figure out the story. If anything happens, I'm right behind you, which seems like a quote from Jason. It looks like he's talking to Lucia. Another day in paradise, right? Meeting Lucia could be the best or worst thing to ever happen to him. Jason knows how he'd like it to turn out, but right now, it's hard to tell. Well, I'll be honest with you, this one was very vague for me. I think Jason and Lucia are not going to be on the same page through the whole story. Maybe we see 3 endings, A, B, and C, just like GTA 5. The ending could be either killing Jason, killing Lucia, or keeping both of them alive. If multiple endings are a thing in the game, I don't think there will be an option to kill both, as it ruins the free roam gameplay after finishing the story. Lucia Caminos. Lucia's father taught her to fight as soon as she could walk. Life has been coming at her swinging ever since. Fighting for her family landed her in the Leonida Penitentiary. Sheer luck got her out. Lucia's learned her lesson. Only smart moves from here. More than anything, Lucia wants the good life her mom has dreamed of since their days in Liberty City. But instead of half-baked fantasies, Lucia is prepared to take matters into her own hands. The only thing that matters is who you know and what you got, which seems like a quote from Lucia. Fresh out of prison and ready to change the odds in her favor, Lucia is committed to her plan, no matter what it takes. A life with Jason could be her way out. So, only smart moves from here could mean Lucia got herself into a big mess, so she needs to be careful with her next moves. Only in Leonida, when the sun fades and the neon glows, everyone has something to gain and more to lose. Cal Hampton. What if everything on the internet was true? Jason's friend and a fellow associate of Brian's. Cal feels safest hanging at home, snooping on Coast Guard comms with a few beers and some private browser tabs open. There are way too many birds flying around in perfect formation, which seems like a quote from Cal. The psychopaths are in charge, get used to it. Cal is at the low tide of America and happy there. Casual paranoia loves company, but his friend Jason has bigger plans. This guy seems like a creep. I know this is weird to say, but his character seems close to Uncle from Red Dead Redemption. I know the two games are different, but in my honest opinion, if Uncle lived in the age of the internet, his character would probably be close to this guy. Tour a few of the must-see destinations across the Sunshine State. Bobby Ike. It's all about heart, the Jack of Hearts. Bobby is a local Vice City legend and acts like it, one of the few to transform his time in the streets into a legitimate empire spanning real estate, a strip club, and a recording studio. Bobby's all smiles until it's time to talk business. The club money pay for the studio, and the drug money pay for it all. Top quality cuts. Bobby might seem like he's just out for himself, but it's his partnership with the young aspiring music mogul Draquan for Only Raw Records that he's most invested in. Now they just need a hit. This character reminds me of Ricardo Diaz from GTA Vice City, a businessman who's only interested in expanding his empire through Vice City. Draquan Priest, Only Raw Records. Draquan was always more of a hustler than a gangster. Even when he was dealing on the streets to make ends meet, breaking into music was the goal. Dancers are like my A's and R's. If the record's a hit, DJ's gonna be spinning it. You're with the label now. Now that he's signed the Real Dimes, Draquan's days of booking acts into Bobby's strip club might be numbered as he sets his sights on the Vice City scene. Draquan is a singer who works for Bobby Ike. He also seems to have a good relationship with the Real Dimes, and he's using Bobby just to get to the Vice City scene as mentioned by Rockstar. Real Dimes, viral videos, viral hooks. Baylux and Roxy, aka Real Dimes, have been friends since high school. Girls with the savvy to turn their time shaking down local dealers into cold hard cash via spicy rap tracks and a relentless social media presence. All my dimes in this club. Meet my twin, make it up. One hit away from fame. An early hit single with a local rapper Downplay or DWNPLY took Real Dimes to new heights. Now after 5 years and a whole lot of trouble, they're signed to Only Raw Records, hoping lightning can strike twice. The two sisters seem to be famous in the social media of the game, but something went wrong and they're trying to return to the spotlights, as they are hoping lightning can strike twice. Raul Bautista experience counts, confidence, charm, and cunning. Raul's a seasoned bank robber, always on the hunt for talent ready to take the risks that bring the biggest rewards. Life is full of surprises, my friend. I think we'd all be wise to remember that. A professional adapts. Raul's recklessness raises the stakes with every score. Sooner or later, his crew will have to double down or pull their chips from the table. Well, what can I say about this guy? He's basically Dutch if he actually had a plan. And the last character we have, Brian Hader. Nothing better than a mudslide at sunset. Brian's a classic drug runner from the golden age of smuggling in the Keys, still moving product through his boatyard with his third wife. Brian's been around long enough to let others do his dirty work. I hauled so much grass in that plane, I could make the state of Leonida levitate. Looks like a Leonida beach bum, moves like a great white shark. Brian's letting Jason live rent-free at one of his properties, so long as he helps with local shakedowns and stops by for Luri's sangria once in a while. I don't know why, but this guy reminds me of Simeon Yetarian from GTA 5. Just like Franklin and Simeon, maybe Jason worked for him just in the beginning of the story, and maybe he's more important to the story. Personally, I hope he's important, as he seems old enough to be around in the 80s and 90s, which means he might know about Tommy Vercetti's organization, and it would be cool if he mentioned him a few times. Lastly, we see Jason and Lucia preparing to do something as we get a confirm on the release date and the consoles for the game. Don't forget to press the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video, and leave a comment. It's finally time to look at the screenshots released by Rockstar Games, starting with Lucia. As mentioned before, Lucia trained with her father. In this picture, she's doing a boxing exercise. In this picture, she's enjoying a drink while swimming in the pool. You can also see the earbuds and the phone, and her hair isn't wet. This isn't a lack of detail in my opinion. I think she's just relaxing while keeping her head out of the water. In this picture, we see her sitting on a bike, and on the plate of the bike we can read the words Gloriana America. Maybe this is an unrevealed location in the game. In this picture, Lucia seems to be sad and crying. She even had a gun pointed to her head. This could mean a lot of things. Maybe she is afraid, betrayed, or maybe this is her first kill. In this picture, Lucia is going into prison, but if you notice, her hairstyle is different from the first trailer. So maybe she gets into prison more than one time, or maybe going into prison is a gameplay mechanic. In this picture, Lucia is enjoying her time in a nightclub with an iPhone in her hand, but they slightly changed the Apple logo. Let's move on to Jason. Now, to be honest, I didn't find that many details looking at Jason's pictures, but here's what I found. In each picture, he changed clothes, hairstyle, and beard style. In this picture, he's fishing, and just like Lucia, he's carrying a fake iPhone. But seriously, in this picture, he looks like Arthur Morgan to me. Maybe it's his facial expression. Next set of pictures is for Brian Heder. He seems to be bossing Jason around, but if you notice his hair and the wrinkles on his forehead, you'll see how crazy the character details are. In one of the pictures, we see a woman with him. I think this is his third wife. Next set of pictures is for Cal Hampton. He's enjoying his time in most of them. I noticed that he's either alone or with Jason, which could either mean his only friend is Jason or he has other friends, but Rockstar doesn't want to reveal them yet. Also, he's always carrying a drink. Doesn't that remind you of someone?
Working hard? It's the lumbago. If I overdo it, I'll get a relapse. Oh, get up! Ow! I'm getting...
I know people compared this guy with Lester from GTA 5, and I can see the similarities, but Lester doesn't drink. And to be honest, when the game comes out, I think he's going to be one of a kind. Next set of pictures is for Bobby Ike. He's running a club, so most of his pictures are in the club with girls or with money. He also seems to be enjoying his fake iPhone as he stands next to Draquan Priest. Speaking of Draquan Priest, in the next few pictures, he seems to be working on some of his records as he watches this monitor and enjoys his time in nightclubs. Next set of pictures is for the real dimes. They are dancing and singing. In one of the pictures we see Roxy with Draquan. As we mentioned before, he has a close relationship with them. Last set of pictures is for Raul Bautista. He looks like a professional bank robber to me. He even has a boat. At this point, he looks like a mix between Dutch from Red Dead Redemption 2 and Michael from GTA 5. First set of pictures is from Ambrosia. Judging from those two pictures, this territory seems to be under the control of the bikers gang in the game. Here, we see those girls washing the car glass. This guy kinda looks like Jason as he's wearing the same hat from this picture, but I'm not too sure of who he is. Next location is the Grass Rivers. This location is filled with swamps. There are hunters, crocodiles, fishermen, and fish in this location. But one detail to point out in this picture would be the two NPCs in the distance. If you look closely, you'll notice that there are two old people with a child or a teenager, which mostly means NPC's age is going to be different from one to another. In general, this location reminds me of a location in Red Dead Redemption 2 near the Shady Belle camp. The next location is the Leonida Keys. There's nothing we haven't mentioned in those pictures. It's the same impressive graphics, NPCs, wildlife, and draw distance, but we get a glimpse at the underwater environment. Next location is Mount Callaghan National Park. This location seems to include wildlife, hunting, and mostly those mud races. Maybe it has to do with this shot from the first trailer. Next location is Port Gilhorn. From the pictures we saw, this location appears to be shady, filled with motels, nightclubs, and drugs. It feels like the law in this location is weak, which introduced an interesting idea. I think the law is going to be responding differently according to your location. Take this location for example. You can even see one motel promoting Wi-Fi, implying that this location is kinda far and secluded. Finally, we have the main location, Vice City itself. Here's what I noticed in those pictures. If you look at this old man, you can see two awesome details. One, how the sand affected his feet. Two, how the sun made parts of his skin red. In the other pictures, I noticed that the cars are taken from real models but without using the real brand names. But this is not new to GTA series. However, the car's details are better than ever, which is worth mentioning. Rockstar Games also released wallpapers. Each wallpaper is uploaded to their site with different resolutions to make it usable on widescreens, mobile phones, and ultra-wide screens. Enjoy watching them, and I'll return to you in a bit. Lastly, Rockstar Games released 1-second long character videos. Let's take a look at them. There are a lot of details in those shots, but we're gonna talk about two important details here. One, in this shot we see Lucia carrying a gun behind Jason's back. My personal theory on this is there's nothing important here. I think Rockstar is just trying to throw us off, as this one is pretty obvious. And if Lucia betrays Jason, Rockstar wouldn't want to spoil such event before the game comes out. And two, in this shot we see Raul with Lucia behind him. This implies that Lucia was or is a part of his crew. As for Jason, either he's with him too, but he doesn't appear in this shot, or he's not part of his crew. If this is the case, that means both Jason and Lucia will have specific missions for their character, which is most likely an obvious thing as we saw it in GTA 5. So, this has been everything about GTA 6 for this week. If you noticed anything in the trailer or pictures that I haven't covered, I would welcome your theories and notes in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to press the like button, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, Make sure to check out one of the two videos you see on your screen right now.